Right away. We're going to start off with one of the biggest fights that we can, and I bet fight of the night.
Absolutely. Let's check out the tail of the tape for our first fight. This is going to be a banger. There's no doubt about it. Carlos Rivera and you have Elias Rodriguez, two top prospects making a splash here tonight, looking to make a splash here in the LFA. Let's get to it. Tonight's tail of the tape is powered by Mile High Sports. See, Rodriguez 23, Rivera 5 years older. Both fighters 5'10", weighed in under 140, and the 3.5-inch reach advantage goes the way of Elias Rodriguez. To kick off the LFA 186 preliminary action, here's the voice of the LFA Octagon, Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on the LFA Fight Network on YouTube for continuing preliminary action here at LFA 186, Bukoya versus Foxworth. Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in an LFA catchweight at 140 pounds, brought to you tonight by Mile High Sports. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This striker and jiu-jitsu style fighter stands 5'10", weighed in 139.8 pounds. He holds a professional record, 2 wins, 0 defeats, with 1 win coming by way of knockout and 1 by way of submission. Representing Victory MMA and Kraken BJJ, fighting out of Colorado Springs, Colorado, Carlos Rivera. His opponent across the octagon, fighting out of the red corner, is a mixed martial artist standing 5'10", weighed in 139.4 pounds. Tonight, he is making his professional debut. Representing high altitude martial arts and fighting out of Denver, Colorado, Elias Rodriguez. Referee in charge of the action, Joel Ojeda.
This is about to be a great fight. Elias Rodriguez is known as one of the best prospects in Colorado right now. Carlos Rivera just stood right in the center of the ring, stared him down.
Absolutely.
I don't think he looks intimidated at all. This is going to be a great fight.
Rodriguez with the red tape and red trunks, training at high altitude martial arts. He is a protege of the UFC's Corey Sandhagen. Sandhagen said, he is a quiet dude, but this guy will be at the next level. Carlos Rivera training with Victory MMA. He's got Gilbert Smith in his corner. He comes in with a spotless 2-0 record. Rivera with the blue tape and black trunks.
Yep, just filling out the range right here. These are two very smart fighters. You can see it off the bat. They're going to bring it for sure. I know Carlos Rivera's about to bring it, but very intelligent fighter with Elias Rodriguez. I can't wait to see how this unfolds.
Yeah, Rivera comes in 2-0. Went 4-2 as an amateur, as Rodriguez making his pro debut, and Rivera would love to take some of that shine away from Elias Rodriguez. Comes in with purple belt and BJJ. It's Rivera with the high kick, nice block by Rodriguez.
Rivera walking him down. Elias is giving him a bunch of different angles, picking shots over there, trying to stay long and picking shots from a distance. Once again, Rivera is not going to be intimidated.
Not at all.
This is going to be great.
5 years, the elder to Elias Rodriguez, who won 2 amateur titles, made his amateur debut back in August of 2021.
I like what Rivera's doing. He keeps stepping back with that lead side kick, and I think he's trying to time Rodriguez leaning in. It hasn't worked so far, but
Rivera punching his way in and backs Rodriguez up. Knee from Rodriguez just misses the target. LFA 186 preliminary action from the Magnus Arena on the campus of the University of Denver.
Yep, these boys starting to get dirty a little bit. Rivera's definitely bringing it. Not throwing too many filler punches out here anymore. And
Rivera with some heavy hands. 2 victories, 1 via knockout, 1 submission.
You don't get to see Elias Rodriguez's ground game much because he's very good on the feet. But Rivera's a black belt, and I hear stories of how good Elias is on the feet and smooth.
Rivera caught him. Rodriguez ate that punch. I'm not sure if he shook the cobwebs off yet, Brandon.
Rivera jumps to guillotine, mid single leg, uses it to get up. Smart move. Oh, he's gonna jump it again.
He's not out of trouble yet. Rivera attacking the neck.
Yeah, I think Rivera should attack this guillotine to move him out of the way. Don't attack it to go to the ground. I think he has a good chance doing some good stuff on the feet right now.
Rodriguez able to escape just past the midway point of the opening round. Ron Kruk and Brandon Royval with you tonight for the preliminary action. Great crowd coming in here early to the Magnus Arena.
Elias shook a little bit, was able to slow him down by pinning him against the cage. Got the takedown, looking to lace the legs. We'll see if he can get it.
Man, this is a very impressive opening round for the 28-year-old Carlos Rivera. You know, and we mentioned it, Brandon, you know, Rodriguez making his pro debut. He's the protege of Corey Sandhagen, who's in his corner tonight. You know, he's running into some one-way traffic here in the opening round, but, you know, you also got to wonder, he's only 23 years old. The bright lights and the big stage here in the LFA can affect a young fighter, correct?
Yeah, and you hear about how well-rounded Elias is through the grapevine, and you can maybe see a little bit of his wrestling, and we'll see a different dynamic from Elias. So I'm excited to see this, excited to see him run into trouble, because so far, nobody was able to do this in Colorado so far. Yeah, exactly. Corey Sandhagen saying is just making him work, trying to stay heavy on. Maybe we'll take a little bit of that punching power away by the second round, and we'll see if we can do some more technical work. Elias Rodriguez got a beautiful single leg.
Yeah, that was slick, and with under a minute to go in the opening round, has some time to operate inside the guard of Rivera.
Let's see, I'm interested because I know Rivera has a slick ground game. If he's going to try to work up, if he's going to try to look for a submission from here. But right now, it looks like he's looking to tie up, try to go for arm bars and triangles.
That was Corey Sandhagen shouting instructions to his fighter Rodriguez, just take your time.
Yeah, two Colorado legends in their corner. We got Gilbert Smith in one corner, Corey on the other, and you can hear both of them just giving great advice to their young fighters.
We have tomorrow's UFC stars inside the octagon and some of the best current fighters and former fighters coaching tonight and in the stands. And ending this round with a flurry of shots is Elias Rodriguez.
Beautiful. What a beautiful end of that fight for Elias, and what a great start for
Rivera. He sure came out firing and looked to be in control, but Rodriguez, you're exactly right, Brandon, was able to turn the tide late in that first round. All right, buddy, now this is where we put you on the spot. Put on your judge's cap, as that's a certain thing. Pull out your scorecard. How'd you score that first one? Who gets it?
I feel like the last shots that Elias did at the very end was doing some damage, but I'll give the overall fight to, or the first round, to Carlos Rivera. Carlos Rivera was landing some hard punches. He was able to kind of change Elias's game plan right off the bat and make things uncomfortable. So I'll give the first round to Rivera.
I agree with you.
The interesting part is what's going to happen in the second round. Is Elias going to take away the punching power and try to strike with him a little bit, or does he have a new path to victory of just going straight for that takedown and trying to go from there?
And was Rodriguez's plan to kind of work on the body and work on Rivera to slow him down and get into the later rounds, as Elias Rodriguez making his pro debut at only 23 years old. Carlos Rivera, 2-0, 28 years old. Rivera got a win in his LFA debut back in October. He's actually going for his 7th victory in a row, Brandon, when you include his amateur career.
That's amazing. Yeah, these kids have a lot of experience. I know they have a lot of amateur experience and just been on the scene for a long time, both of them.
Elias Rodriguez went undefeated as an amateur, a perfect 5-0 before coming in and making his pro debut tonight here at LFA 186.
Carlos Rivera's looking to pull out some punches from him and try to land a bomb. He's stalking him, cutting off the ring a little bit, but just mainly trying to pull out a power punch for himself.
And now Rodriguez attacking the calf and the lead leg, but Rivera punching his way in, backing Rodriguez off.
Watch the kick.
A reset in the center of the octagon.
Keep cutting him off. He's trying to get you to the fence.
Yeah, Elias immediately went right back to the striking. And I had a feeling he was going to. Striking's very beautiful, trying to pick him apart, and I think he's rep for single leg. Beautiful. Gets him in a turtle position. He has a head and arm kind of locked up. Let's see if he goes for it. Rivera's shucking him off.
Nice opportunity.
Rivera might end up on top of the situation.
Oh, Rivera able to transition out.
See if he can hold the top position. Oh, what a scramble.
Nice scramble into the guillotine attempt.
Oh, did he shake his head? No. He knew he didn't have it. He bailed on it. That was a smart decision.
Very smart. Why waste the time and your strength and your cardio if you don't have it? Now, again, Rivera to the back. Slick transitions and nice movement from the fighter, originally from New Mexico, now fighting out of Colorado Springs, Carlos Rivera.
Yeah, these are two fighters early in their career, but you could tell they're seasoned and work with some great people. I think Carlos Rivera started his career off at a different gym, then got to Gilbert Smith's gym, and has been doing great things ever since. He's coming up. Looks like he's gonna try to come up for a mount. Elias transitioning. Oh, he ends up in a great position. But Elias on top.
And now Elias Rodriguez ends up in the guard on top of Carlos Rivera, the brown belt in BJJ. Yeah, it's pretty crazy that this is a fight on the preliminary cards here at LFA 186, just proving just that crazy top talent this organization has.
Yeah, the talent the organization have, the talent Colorado has too, man. There's just some depth in here, man.
Well said. I mean, we're expecting at least a dozen current UFC fighters here tonight checking out the action, including Justin Gaethje and Neil Magny, and of course, this guy here too, Brandon Royval.
Yeah, Brandon. When you walk in, I saw Drew Dober. You see Corey Sandhagen right there. It's just nothing but talent stack in Colorado.
Yeah.
And we all just push each other to be better. It's the greatest thing of all is just the gyms highlight each other.
Yeah, for sure. Truly has become a hotbed for MMA. A high altitude martial arts team, of course, your fight team of Factory X, Easton, and several others. Minute 20 to go here in the second round. LFA catchweight of 140 pounds. Elias Rodriguez making his pro debut on top here. Coming up on a minute. Carlos Rivera looking to remain undefeated.
Elias is doing a good job at keeping Rivera just flat on his back. It's going to make everything a little bit harder, everything a little bit hard to escape, and no submissions possible from this position. It's going to be really hard for Rivera to escape without getting any space. And Elias is looking to eliminate all the cross fists and puts him right back on his back. Rivera's going to have to work really hard to get out of it. And you can see that he isolated his arm in the back. This is going to be a hard time. Rivera's going to need to do something majorly right now.
Coming up on 30 seconds to go in the second round, and Elias Rodriguez has cut open Carlos Rivera with some of those solid shots getting through the defense.
30 seconds. Big turn, right on through.
Carlos has a little bit of space. Let's see if he can do anything with it. Oh, and Elias locks. Secures him back down. Oh, switches grips.
10 seconds to go.
Chin down, 10 seconds. I don't think Carlos Rivera's going to tap.
Rodriguez trying. That looks extremely tight.
Oh, he got him. He got him.
The tap just before the bell sounds. What a pro debut by Elias Rodriguez.
Goes out, does a little dance afterwards.
A very solid jig in the center of the LFA octagon. There he is with Corey Sandhagen, the UFC's #2 ranked bantamweight, celebrating with the 23-year-old from Denver, Colorado, Elias Rodriguez. What an impressive debut, Brandon.
Yeah, what an impressive debut. What a hard opponent to do it against. And it just, I feel like that's super important for Elias, to just get a couple of hard guys under his belt and just show what he's made out of, man. I feel like so far he's been skating through everybody.
You start with the takedown here, and that really turned this fight. Able to take the back of Rivera and then go to work, Brandon.
Yeah, he's able to take the back and then just slowly shut down Rivera past the half guard, end up taking the back, and he switched the grips right away, which made that choke get tight. 10 seconds left, must have been super tight.
Absolutely, as time was winding down, Rodriguez had 2 submission victories as an amateur, and he can add a 3rd one here and a successful LFA debut in front of the hometown fans. That's got to be special.
Yeah, man, what a night for him.
Let's now make it official. Here's Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Joel Ohana, calls a stop to this fight. 4 minutes, 57 seconds into the 2nd round, declaring your winner by tap out in a rear naked choke, Elias Rodriguez.
That's how you make an LFA debut. The hype may be real. After getting a lot of shine coming into his pro debut, Elias Rodriguez lives up to that hype. A successful LFA and pro debut.
Yep.
Well, it's been 2 years since the promotion staged an event here in Denver, Colorado. The city the UFC held its first ever show back in 1993. I don't want to know how old you were back then, Brandon. Don't tell me.
Yeah, I was just being born. 1993. Yep. Mick Nichols Arena. I actually remember the arena. I grew up kind of close to it and knocked it down. And now we'll see at the Ball Arena, the UFC returning, man. And what a journey.
Something special about doing events here tonight. The LFA returns to the Magnus Arena for the first time in 2 years with a World Championship title fight and our card stacked with Colorado locals. Here's a preview.
The LFA ascends to the Mile High City with a championship headliner at LFA 186. In the main event, the middleweight world title is on the line. Iron Azamat Bikoyev is a dynamic champion from the foothills of the Caucasus Mountains of Russia. This is a region famous for producing world-class athletes across all combat sports. And the Russian kingpin is no exception. Now the proud champion looks to defend his LFA title for a 2nd time in familiar mountain terrain. He will face a man who has seen his career come full circle. Chauncey Foxworth has ties to the promotion dating back a decade to Legacy FC. After turning pro, the Arkansas native would earn a pair of victories in the LFA during the first year of its inception. And now, he has his sights set on LFA gold. Also returning to the LFA octagon, the Bosnian bombshell, Nero Rep. Colorado's own AJ Raw. The incomparable Ben, Mr. Alaska Bennett. And the Rocky Mountain Tough, Brian Shalabwa. Live from the Magnus Arena in Denver, Colorado. LFA 186 starts now.
Okay, perfect.
There is the main event here at LFA 186. Middleweight strap on the line. The 185-pound champion and the LFA's first Russian title holder, Azamat Bikoyev, going for his 2nd successful title defense, clashing with Chauncey Foxworth from Arkansas, who has been on fire and won 10 of 11. The great Gilbert Melendez joins Brandon Royval and myself here in the booth, and this is a great matchup, Gilbert. Let's talk about the champ first. He's coming in looking to make it 2 successful title defenses in a row.
Yeah, Bikoyev is like your all-around mixed martial artist, but he has that systematic Russian style, right? Very calculated, very efficient. He won't jump and be over-aggressive. He glides around the octagon looking for those laser beam 1-2s. He's a very good striker. He's not going to back down in these exchanges, had a powerful left hook, but where he definitely shines is in the wrestling department, taking his opponents down against the cage, in the center of the cage, running the pipe, but most importantly, controlling his opponents on top. He's had a lot of success, but he's one dynamic victory away from taking it to the next level.
Well, he's got a tough task in front of him. Chauncey Foxworth, Gil, riding a 6-fight win streak and has taken his fight game up a notch.
As you look at these highlights, Foxworth is a fan favorite style little aggressive with the striking, always choosing the violence over submission. But there's one thing we didn't highlight, his ability to get off a bottom. This young man knows how to get off a bottom, and he said his strength is his conditioning. I love hearing fighters talk about their strength not being boxing, wrestling, but conditioning. He's ready for a war. I can't wait for this fight.
It's going to be a lot of fun as you can get in on the LFA 186 action at Bet Online. Scan the QR code on the screen for the latest odds from Bet Online. Guys, some interesting odds. The champion, Bukoyev, a 6-1 favorite over the challenger, Chauncey Foxworth. Gil, I'll start with you. What fight has your attention?
I'm a big Carlos Calderon fan. I've been watching him since he's an amateur. I would love to see how he's doing in the pros and just all the great things he's doing. Also, AJ Robb will bring the fight every time. AJ Robb got heart. I know he's upset the odds are stacked up against him, and I know he's ready to bring a fight with a chip on his shoulder.
And Gil, what about you?
You know, I like seeing Ryan Charlebois fight, and his opponent, Ty Miller, is a long, lanky guy. Seems like very excited and confident, and I just want to see this matchup. But Charlebois always brings it in the LFA octagon.
Stack card, and the preliminary action rolls on here. Fight number 2, strawweight matchup between Colorado's Brittany Camozzi and California's Sidney Trillo. Tell the tape powered by Wolfpack. 2 moms going at it. Camozzi is 32 years old. Trillo 8 years younger. She is also 3 inches shorter than Camozzi. Both athletes have 64-inch reaches and tip the scales at 115. Back inside to Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the LFA Strawweight division. Brought to you tonight by Wolfpack. Never average, always a wolf. And now, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This Muay Thai specialist stands 5'3", weighed in 115.4 pounds. Shows a professional record, 2 wins, 1 defeat, with 1 win coming by way of knockout. Representing Rounders MMA and Boxing, fighting out of Anaheim, California, Sidney "Sid" Vicious Trillo. Her opponent across the octagon, fighting out of the red corner, is a mixed martial artist standing 5'6", weighed in 115.4 pounds. Shows a 1-3 professional record with 1 win coming by way of submission. Representing Genesis Training Academy, fighting out of Denver, Colorado, Brittany Camozzi. Your referee, Joe Coca.
The referee's getting stuff right out of the
Unforgiving crowd here in Denver, guys, giving Joe Coca the business. If we didn't stream the fight, but he had a very controversial stoppage, guys.
I have a feeling we're going to hear some boos all night towards him.
Absolutely. It looked like Nick Montes was in control of the fight and was being choked by Alexander St. Charles, and he stopped the fight. But we move on, and we got a great matchup here in the strawweight division. Brittany Camozzi, of course, the wife of Brian Camozzi, and Sidney Trillo, fighting out of Anaheim, training at Rounders MMA. She trains with the great Abel Quach.
I got to be a little biased here. We got a Californian in the house right here. I'm from that Southern California, so I've seen Sidney "Sid" Vicious fight a few times, man, and she can really bring it.
Roybal rebuttal as the Colorado guy.
Brittany, I've seen Brittany do the same thing. Brittany's a very accomplished girl off her back, and she's gonna choose her strike most of the time. As the wife of Brian Camozzi, she's very well versed in it. And it had the same exact reach, but it seems like Brittany can fight a little longer.
Beautiful double leg lift.
Oh,
the guillotine.
Oh, she jumped to Gilly.
Brittany Camozzi.
Second Gilly jump tonight.
Opportunity here early. Looking for her first victory inside the LFA octagon. Oh boy, deja vu for Joe Coca.
Guaranteed the ref's not getting involved in this one.
Taking a close look.
These positions, you have to be like super patient, stay calm, and hopefully the person squeezing is getting a little tired and bails and moves on.
Yeah, and I think pinning her against the cage kind of takes away a lot of Brittany's leverage. It's a very smart move by Sid Vish.
But considering it's the first round, a little dry, not a bad choice, right?
Yeah. Always. You miss 100% of guillotines, you don't jump, right?
There you go. And she's still in the fight, huh?
Yeah.
Well said.
Let's get up. Good, get a butterfly hook, Britt.
And if she's able to pop her head out, she can end up in a really good position. Against the cage and in full guard, it's really hard to get up in that position.
Camozi comes in with a 1-3 record. Her one victory was a submission via RNC, but she has faced some tough competition. There's no doubt about it. Coming off a loss to Leslie Hernandez in February. Now Trillo punching her way in and on the back.
A little upset she was in that guillotine for so long, right? You know, needs to make sure she catches up. You got to think maybe Camozi's ahead for having that guillotine for so long. You don't know, it's a tough one, but now Trillo's really making a comeback here.
Trillo 25 months away from competition. Looking to bounce back from her first professional defeat, and now she's deep. Very tight. There is the tap. Walk-off submission, Sidney Trillo. Welcome back to the LFA after 25 months away.
She popped her head out of the guillotine, came out with the chip on her shoulder, found the back, and immediately went for that choke. It was beautiful.
Remains undefeated in the LFA. Improves to 3-0. What a performance.
Vicious.
Was definitely curious to see how her cardio would hold up in the altitude, but I guess we don't even need to see that, and that couldn't even be an issue. So, great finish. Way to stop a potential problem. I love it.
Yeah, Sidney Sid Vicious, she's no joke, man. I've seen her fight a few times. Just really brings the fight aggressive, fast, athletic, right mindset, exchanging big punches. Kick to the head, Camozi pushing forward. Level change by Sid Vicious. Beautiful, picks her up to slam her, but smart by Camozi. Wraps the legs around, sinks that guillotine. Look tight, very tight.
Yeah.
But then, Sid Vicious stays patient, takes her head out. She's upset, gets good position, just starts unloading. Not waiting, right? Not even waiting at all, just immediately trying to pass, get good position, land big strikes, ultimately gets this choke. We knew it was in. Ref did a great job. We got the tap. Beautiful job, Sid Vicious.
Let's now get the official time back inside to Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Joe Coca, calls a stop to this fight. 2 minutes, 40 seconds into the first round. Declaring your winner by tap out in a rear naked choke, Sidney Sid Vicious Trillo.
Successful return to MMA. Sidney Trillo scores a victory after a 2-year hiatus from the sport. Remains unbeaten in the LFA octagon, improving to 3-0 and 3-1 overall. She is with the Rounders MMA and boxing team. Well, the defending a middleweight champ is out to prove he has what it takes to get to the next level against an extremely confident challenger, making his long-awaited return to the LFA octagon. Here's a preview of tonight's main event.
Looking to end this fight, and he does.
My record as a middleweight is 13-2. I feel like I'm faster, whether it be on the ground, standing, anything. I feel stronger, better than ever right now. Middleweight, I think, is perfect for me.
Jackson in trouble right before the bell here.
He better been training like he's the best in the world, because if he's not, he's having mistaken. He shouldn't have signed up for this fight.
And he was talking a lot of bad things about me. He's disrespectable, and I'll show him.
I guarantee I can out-wrestle him. He don't want to play that game. He better stay standing, and then he's going to get knocked out. So what can he do, you know? That's his problem to deal with, and I'm all right.
Наше самоназвание в России Ирон. На английском это значит железо. People call my nationality Iron. And tomorrow I'll show you why they call us like this.
Hey, I don't know much about reps, opponent.
Still time to get down to Magnus Arena on the DU campus if you live here in Colorado. If not, check out the action live at 8 p.m. Mountain, 10 Eastern on UFC Fight Pass. Several familiar faces will be returning to the octagon tonight, including athletes that live and train here locally. including the high-altitude martial arts. Ben Bennett, who trains under Cody Donovan, he is back tonight.
Ben Bennett from Alaska. They call him the Alaskan out there. With this pressuring his opponents, barrage of punches, ultimately just out-wrestling all the wrestlers, all the fighters out there. He doesn't even have a wrestling background, though he does a great job. Actually fought Trey Waters here 2 years ago. I had the chance to see him. He was actually winning that fight, doing a great job. The ref broke him up. He walked right into a big knee. Said he learned a lot from that, and he's back to do it again.
Also in action, A.J. Robb from Colorado Springs, looking for his 7th career win, making his 5th LFA appearance.
A.J. Robb has had nothing but tough opponents his whole entire career and welcomes all the challenges. I know he's walking into this fight with a huge chip on his shoulder, and I'm excited to watch him return.
Yeah, this great fight against an alpha male guy. He showed so much heart and condition. He said he made a mistake. He went to Vegas. Second. He was training at home, left altitude, and he wasn't in the best condition. Now he's in great conditioning.
And after almost 2 years away from the LFA, Colorado-based Ryan Charlebois going for his 2nd win in a row.
I can't believe Charlebois has 2 losses on his record. This guy is dynamite. He's a well-rounded fighter. I think he's destined for greatness. He just hit a couple hiccups, but I think he can do it all in the striking department, in the grappling department, and just willing to put on a great show.
4 of 6 pro fights have ended in round number 1. And Brandon Roybal, you know one of these athletes in the co-main event very well. Nara Rep, because she trains with you at Factory X.
Nara Rep is a bulldozer. She's a workhorse. I watch her work tirelessly, and you can just see it in these highlights that she's going to move forward the whole entire time, bring a fight, and push her opponent to the fullest.
Yeah, Rep learned a lot in her last fight. She said she hasn't really, her husband told her, you know, you haven't really lost. You just got put against the cage. Now she knows how to stay off the cage. She says she wants to test herself, overcome some adversity. I understand where she's coming from there, growing as a fighter.
Action rolls on. Our 3rd and final LFA 186 preliminary fight, powered by Sheath. Here's the tail of the tape. Skiro is 30 years old, and Jones is 4 years older. Skiro is a couple of inches taller, but the reach advantage goes to Jones. Once again, here's Mike Kendall.
Fight fans, this contest is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the LFA welterweight division. Brought to you tonight by Cheat Underwear, the pouch underwear that supports athletes around the world. And now, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5'11", weighing in 171 pounds. Built a professional record, 14 wins, 10 defeats, with 5 wins coming by way of knockout and 4 by way of submission. Representing Factory X, fighting out of Inglewood, Colorado, Austin Osmosis Jones. His opponent across the octagon, fighting out of the red corner, is a wrestler and striker standing 6'1", weighing in 169.6 pounds. He holds a professional record, 9 wins, 5 defeats, with 5 wins coming by way of knockout and 3 by way of submission. Representing Forge Fight Club and pound for pound Muay Thai, fighting out of Denver, Colorado, by way of Madison, Wisconsin, Dante Schiro. Your referee, Joel Ojeda.
Fighters, you've been given your instructions. Protect yourselves at all time and obey my commands. If you want to touch gloves, touch now. God bless, and let's do this.
There is your favorite, according to Bet Online, Dante Schiro, coming in with a 9-5 record. Bet Online has him as the -225 favorite. Comeback on Austin Jones, fighting out of Factory X. He is plus 185.
He comes out with a flying knee right off the bat. Austin Jones, they tie up, but he's setting the pace, setting the tone right off the bat.
Nearly clipped him with it too, touched him, but didn't hurt him.
Absolutely. Came out firing. Brandon, you know Austin Jones training at your gym, Factory X. What makes this guy so dangerous?
Austin Jones is not only just like a complete workhorse, but he's one of the more athletic people I've ever seen. He was a walk-on from Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Yeah.
Just the athletic degree, what he brings to the cage is amazing. He's dynamic. He'll fight in multiple stances, and you'll see nothing but excitement from him.
Well, showing some amazing balance right here. It looked like Dante was trying to pick him up and take him down, but somehow Jones stayed balanced on his feet. Great body awareness.
Yeah, and there's that athleticism from a former football player. Tried out for the NFL after college, didn't work out, so he started in MMA. 24 professional fights on his resume.
Can we see a possible third jump killing? Nope. I think it's a smart decision. Just try to slow Dante down. You realize right off the bat what the pace he's trying to set. Slow him down a little bit, calm him down, and then we'll ease into a fight a little bit.
Been a minute since we've seen Dante Schiro, the 4-fight Bellator vet, returns to the LFA for the first time in 5 years. This is his third LFA appearance. He comes in with a spotless 2-0 record in the promotion. Went 0-1 in the ONE organization and 1-3 in Bellator.
Skiro got the double underhooks. Gets off the cage now. Puts Jones on the cage.
Yeah, just a battle for positioning here, right? Both these men are strong. Both of them keep turning each other, but not really giving each other an inch. Their cage wrestlings are both good. Good enough defense where neither one of these men can take each other down.
Third and final LFA 186 preliminary bout at the top of the hour. Switch over to UFC Fight Pass for the main card.
You can see right away Austin Jones switches stances a few times, moving around, just trying to find his groove.
Jones, very well-rounded fighter. 5 knockouts, 4 submissions, 14 victories.
Dante missed that punch, but you can tell that guy has power. He's gonna come full force with every shot he has, and Austin Jones seen it, and he's like, I'm gonna take him down.
A big takedown would really help him out and really put him on the map here, get a little bit of lead. Very close fight at this moment.
Old school foot stomp from the 34-year-old Austin Jones. I mean, we are in Denver, Colorado. You know, UFC 1 was held here, old school rules. Although we probably won't see any eye pokes or anything.
Looking for some eye gouges and cup punches.
I love the old school, right? Oblique kicks, foot stomps.
Of course, the veteran loves the old school.
Beautiful. Oh, beautiful.
Man, he works hard.
Good timing, and right back up.
Schiro pops up.
But that was good, too, because it's a low-energy takedown right there. He didn't have to waste too much energy, and he got back to maybe a better position.
Yeah, and it looks like, you know, Austin's chipping away here, right? Getting closer and closer to the takedown. Dante's doing a great job at defending it, but slowly Austin's getting his position. Has one hook in now. Let's see if he can drag him to the floor.
As these two are in action, you see Macy Barber sitting cage side with our own Mark Beery and Ed Suarez.
Beautiful.
And Austin Jones gets Schiro down for a minute, pops back up. The stars are out here in Denver, Colorado, no doubt about it. Headlined by Brandon Royval, making his broadcast debut here on the LFA Fight Network tonight, and of course, Gilbert Melendez. I'm just along for the ride. Under a minute to go.
Having a good time. Sharing knowledge here with Royval.
Schiro gets double unders and has him against the cage. Let's see what he's able to do with it. Able to maybe trip Austin. Secure the takedown, but maybe Austin's on the hip, he's popping right back up too.
Yeah, beautiful hand control by Austin on the way up. Didn't let Dante lock his hands together. Still not letting him. Controlling that wrist, smart.
Yeah, those 2 hands on one, super important in these takedown positions.
Such a competitive round, man. It's hard for me to say who's winning.
Dante Schiro now training with Forge Fight Club and Pound for Pound Muay Thai here in Colorado. We moved from Wisconsin. Time winding down, and Schiro just missed with that high kick. Nice level change from Austin Jones, and we will move into the second round. This is our final LFA 186 preliminary bout here on the LFA Fight Network. You can check out past fights at any time on the LFA Fight Network on YouTube. There's Austin Jones and the great head coach at Factory X, Mark Montoya.
It's gonna be a hard first round to judge. I feel like both these guys might have to test each other a little bit in the striking because they're not able to take each other down.
Yeah, I think if I'm in the corner giving some advice, saying, hey, we have a lot of cage work going on. How about we push off a little bit, land some strikes, score some points? Austin did a good job of creating those foot stomps. Those little things make a big difference in these close rounds. Try to score points against the cage.
Yeah, would you give that first round to Austin?
Man, that was a tough one for me. I'm glad I'm not judging it, but I'll give it to him because he's your boy from your gym right now. Got the takedown, you know? I'll be a little biased today, but no, if I can give a tie, I'll give a tie on that one.
Way to put him on the spot,
I know, he did right away. Oh, damn.
The veteran, he doesn't get a pass. Well done. Got to give Skiro's team credit, too. He's got two great coaches in his corner tonight, Cody Donovan and Justin Houghton.
Yep, a battle for the center of the cage. Austin takes it currently, and we'll see if he's able to do that. Oh, swings a big overhand right and catches him.
Jones strikes.
Oh, nice. That was a great level change. Great time level change.
Beautiful.
Schiro defends the takedown. 2 double unders. It's going to be hard to get it. And we're right back to the cage wrestling.
It's Cody Donovan yelling to Skiro, keep scoring.
Yeah.
Wants to stay active.
You must have heard my coaching, because that's exactly what I'm saying. No, I'm just kidding. But no, that's actually what he wants to do, right? You're gonna, use your time wisely here. Score some points. Let the judges know you're working. Don't let the ref break you up. Look for the right time to get the takedown.
Yep, Austin keeping the hands in the center, able to defend the takedown. Like, able to keep him from blocking is really the important thing, or getting a secure lock. Pilling the top hand at all times, doing a great job.
A little do-si-do now, Austin. Pressuring Dante against the ring.
Oh, time to do some body work, some Nick Diaz work right against the wall.
If you haven't done so already, sign up at UFCFightPass.com. The LFA exclusive home is UFC Fight Pass. Top of the hour, kick off the main card. Middleweight World Championship title fight. Azamat Bakoyev, the first Russian to hold the title here in the Legacy Fighting Alliance. And Chauncey Foxworth, the American from Arkansas.
Nice front headlock attempt by Dante to bring it down to the ground. Another form of takedown. Instead of a double leg or a body lock, snaps Austin's head down. Has a front headlock for a moment.
Again, I'm impressed with the power of Austin Jones. Ooh, good body shots from Skiro.
He might have snuck that knee in.
Yeah, that's what we want to see. These guys are spending a lot of time against the cage. We want to see some action here, exchanges here, score some points, try to make a difference. Beautiful arm drag, front headlock.
Once again, yeah, with the front headlock, Shiro's not using it to jump it, but using it to make Austin back off some of those takedowns. But he is trying to lock up Adarsh right here. This will be hard to break him down, but.
Dante Skiro, the 4-fight Bellator vet. Jones gets back up. He has faced some tough competition. His opponent's win-loss record, 142 and 109. He's looking to break a 2-fight losing streak. And a straight shot from Jones.
Austin blocking him down. Didn't do a great job at cutting him off right there, but was able to land a couple punches on the way out.
Yeah, Austin's landing some good strikes. I wish he just stayed on the feet a little bit more and not press the takedown in these positions. Let things play out a little bit.
Minute 30, round 2, scheduled for 3. This LFA welterweight division action. Austin Jones coming off a round 1 TKO back in February. It's been over a year since Dante Skiro has fought.
Dante's able to control the center, able to kind of stalk him a little bit, but hasn't landed anything completely good yet, but almost forcing an exchange out of Austin.
Beautiful jab by Austin. Switching stance. Dante trying to get it back.
Dante's doing a lot of stalking, but I feel like Austin's landing some of the cleaner punches as of right now.
Approaching 30 seconds. Skiro just misses with that high
Kimura attempts. Kimura to neutralize the takedown.
Gets a sweep. Beautiful. Bails on it just to stay on top. I would love to see that some of the people guillotines. Austin almost got a triangle, but bails out of that too. Great job. secures that top position, maybe secure the round doing this.
I agree. I agree. Very competitive round. It was kind of hard to say who was going to win. I was still leaning towards Austin with those powerful jabs, but that takedown and that neutralizing the takedown with the Kimura, getting a sweep, ending up on top. Royval, I think you're right.
We will enter into the third and final round. Ron Kruk, Gilbert Melendez, Brandon Royval with you tonight. While we have you, Brandon, before we let you go for these prelims, what's coming up next? I know all fight fans are excited to see you back in that UFC octagon.
What's coming up is I'm manifesting one of these flyweights. You're going to accept the fight with me on UFC Denver. I'm going to be the co-main event, and if not, I'm going to take on someone in September, whoever the highest ranked, whoever it is can get it, really.
Well, we all look forward to it, man. You've been doing a fantastic job out there. Huge win against Brandon Moreno in Mexico out there. What an amazing performance.
Yeah. LFA prepares you for everything, man. I feel like once I got to LFA, I went straight to the top 10, and it was just all preparation. Let's watch these boys do work right here, though. Austin lands a stiff jab. And that's what he is, getting stocked down, but he ended up landing some of the better punches while he was being stocked. And I feel like that's what possibly won him this round. And this beautiful Kimura to sweep. I love that he bailed on it and just took the top position.
Yeah, smart move at the end of the round right there, sealing the deal, making sure he's on top.
Still anyone's fight as we begin the third round. Battle between two of Colorado's premier fight camps. Dante Skiro representing Forge Fight Club and Pound for Pound Muay Thai, and Austin Jones with Factory X.
Yeah, I gotta imagine both corners are saying, hey, it could be 1-1. It's coming down to the last round. You know, even if you think your guy's up 2-0, that's the message that has to be sent in the corner.
Yeah.
I've heard you yell that in the corner a few times, Gilbert. And you're exactly right. Skiro gets a kick through to the ribs.
Securo's securing the back, but let's see if he's able to get the takedown off of it. Austin's getting that elbow in. Notoriously hard to take down so far, but it seems like he's doing all the right decisions of just keeping that hand tied up, getting the elbow inside, and probably going to scrape him off right here. Turning in, and yep.
It's a great lesson for the youth right there. You know, like, really big part is controlling those hands. Don't let them lock them up, and even with the hook in, you can still escape.
Ooh, that was beautiful. Lands across the body, comes over top with the hook.
Combined 10 knockouts for both of these fighters, so they can end about in an instant. Great crowd here at the Magnus Arena. Top of the hour, LFA 186 main card gets rolling on UFC Fight Pass.
That's exact. Oh my! He changed that to a beautiful takedown. But that's exactly what you're saying. He got the hook in. Austin controlled the arm, was able to bring his elbow on the inside to secure that takedown. Laced the legs right off the bat, and this could be a really great position. This is one of the stronger positions we've seen all fight.
Huge moment for Jones right now. The longest riding time, a whole 10 seconds so far. You know, these guys were like, but this is what you work towards, right? You keep chipping away for this moment to finally get the takedown, to finally get the extra riding time, and to really solidify the round.
And that's something beautiful that both of them are doing. The moment they get takedown, both of them are hitting a hip and just looking to work right back up. None of them are settling on their back, none of them are settling at all, and just going right into the next position.
Austin Jones, a black belt in BJJ, 4 submission wins.
Yeah, I like that. I like he's elevating his legs right here. Wasn't able to secure it, but also a great idea if possible.
Past the midway point of the final round. Really, if somebody can just turn the tide and gets one big flurry, could be what the judges remember. It could be the difference.
I think that's a great point, Ron, because it's so competitive and close, and it's, you know, you can grapple someone, but you have to inflict damage and you have to do something big. So Dante's one big flurry away from getting back in this fight right now.
Kick just misses from Jones. A reset in the center of the octagon on the Monster Energy logo. Neither of these men should be affected by the altitude. Both training here in Colorado.
Wasn't able to, all right, he might have his hands locked. If he has hands locked, he might be able to dig in and get this takedown. I assume that he's gonna try to get a single leg, hook that leg, and then pull him off the cage. Make things a little easier. But, yep, secure the wrist. Makes everything significantly harder to get a takedown. There's a minute left. These men are finishing punching, though.
And the crowd here is trying to get these fighters for that last-minute flurry. Jones looking for a takedown. Skiro on the neck.
He got a high elbow.
Oh, wow.
He got a high elbow guillotine. I don't know where it's at across his neck, but it's going to be danger. Oh, he flips him over the top. Beautiful.
Crazy scramble here.
Back. Was unable to attach his body to him because Austin got those butterfly hooks in, rolled him through, kept him alive there. That was beautiful work.
Dante trying to return the favor on the Kimura. Austin neutralizes it, circling to the front.
$15 to go.
15 seconds. This could really be anybody's round again.
This is going to be a difficult one to score, no doubt about it.
Ooh.
Two veteran fighters. We'll go to the judges' scorecards here for the final preliminary fight here at LFA 186. We're gonna jump off the air here pretty quickly on the LFA Fight Network so we can get things rolling on time on UFC Fight Pass. Brandon Royval made your broadcast debut, man. Well done, sir.
Thank you guys for having me, man. Thanks LFA for being back in Denver. We need you guys here more, honestly.
Yeah, I love a good home game, man.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
I don't have to get on a plane. I will take it.
I'm glad you guys are happy. I'm having a hard time breathing over here.
Listen, I heard that Gilbert Melendez was running the stairs at Red Rocks this morning. How about that?
Just for the gram. Just one, just for the gram, dude. Just then went out there.
See me go up 5 stairs, cut the video.
I'm just glad you made it back because Widespread Panic is playing there this weekend, and you could have just rolled on in, man.
Never left.
Again, at the top of the hour, LFA 186 gets going on UFC Fight Pass. Extremely close fight to wrap up between these two welterweights, guys. Back at the Magnus Arena here on the DU Pioneers campus. And Brandon, great matchup and great fights. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Hey, thank you guys for having us. And once again, thanks LFA for coming back to Denver. Hotbed of talent, man, and we need as much marketing as we can get here from these local talents. So we appreciate you guys at all times, and I appreciate you guys for my career.
We'll have you back, man, the former champ. Let's now make it official. We go back inside. Here's Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. One judge scores this bout 29-28 Skiro. One judge scores this bout 29-28 Jones. In your third bout, judge scores this bout 29-28 for your winner by split decision, Dante Schiro.
Dante Schiro breaks a 2-fight skid and gets the victory, remains unbeaten in the LFA at 3-0, earns his 10th career win. Thank you for being a part of the preliminary fights on the LFA Fight Network on YouTube. Visit the LFA Fight Network anytime for event previews and archive fights. Join us for LFA 186 live on UFC Fight Pass next. Sign up at UFCFightPass.com. For my broadcast partners, Gilbert Melendez and Brandon Royval, and Mike Kendall, of course, I'm Ron Kruk. Thank you. We'll see you over on UFC Fight Pass.